What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibi vlog. I guess I can't necessarily call this day. I mean, it is like 3:30 in the morning. I should be in sleep, but you know how my schedule's all fucked up. Like, literally, my sleep schedule is so fucked. I really need to fix it. I need to figure out a way to fix my sleep schedule because I've been staying up late and then sleeping in and then waking up. My schedule is all types of fucked up. But getting off of that, though, before I get into anything, I need to ask, how has everybody's week been? Are you all doing good? Are you doing bad? Let me know your thoughts. Also, how do you all feel? How do you feel about, fall upon us? How do you feel about the fall season of anime about to be here? How do you feel about ReZero about to end? Just, I'm asking all sorts of questions because, I like to know what's going on in your guys' life because I love you, Chibits. I want to know more about you. So, now that I've asked that, well, as always, I want to talk about a couple of things. So, this past week, what has happened? Well, for the most part, nothing too exciting has happened because, I finally got over my sickness in the middle of the week. I finally got over that stomach virus. Oh my, I feel so much better getting off that stomach virus. Never again do I want to ever get the stomach virus because I swear, out of all the things I've had in my life, like sickness, I mean, it could be a hell of a lot worse. I could have gotten a lot sicker, but I mean, out of all the, viruses I've gotten stuff, one of the ones I hate the most is definitely the stomach virus, because when you drink a glass of water and you're literally puking up water, I know that's a gross image, I know, please forgive me, but just when you're puking up water, when you just have a stomach full of water, it's an awful feeling. It's a very, very awful feeling, and I'm just glad to be a hell of a lot better, feeling better now after all that, after the spoiled milk I drank last week, but I'm feeling a lot better. My week has been relatively fine. I played a little bit of games, I've read a bit of manga here and there, watched anime and stuff. It's been a very chillax week. That's the best way to describe it. I mean, nothing exciting has happened. I mean, I don't have really much to talk about when it comes to manhwa and stuff. You know how I've been talking about the past 2 weeks about, like Brawling Go or Sweet Guy. I haven't really read any more stuff like that. I've been reading, other manhwa that I already discussed. But besides that, though, I haven't really started anything new this week. I do, however, want to dive into some Kingdom reviews very soon. I've been talking about it. I do want to dive into that very soon because that's one of the big things I've been wanting to just talk about because it's a series I truly love and many need to know more about the series because sadly it's an underrated series. It really is an underrated series and I feel like it deserves a little bit more appreciation and respect. I need to get around to actually making videos on it to kind of get the awareness out there on how great Kingdom really is. Also Vinland Saga and Vagabond as well. So talking about certain little things, besides, all the, other details, exciting details, I guess one thing I've been doing this week is playing a game called Ark Survival Evolved. Now, as always, I like talking about a little bit of games, what I played in the week and stuff. I talked to you guys last week, I liked, playing Attack on Titan, that new Attack on Titan game. I was playing that Battlefield, 1 beta. Oh my, love the Battlefield 1 beta. Very, 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 very fun. Definitely buying that game. Attack on Titan's game, finished it. Very fun as well. When it comes to what I've been playing this week, though, Ark Survival Evolved. Now, if you're unaware, it's a game on Xbox One that was released. It's a survival game, and it's like, it can have 70 players at once on a server, or 100 players. Been playing it on Xbox and all that. It's a very fun game. I used to play it when it first came out, and then I kind of dropped it for a bit because it just soaks up a lot of time. It's a very grindy type of game, and it just soaks up a lot of time, and I took a break from it for a while. The new DLC, downloadable content recently came out called Scorched Earth. I kind of picked that up because I wanted to try it out. A couple of my buddies wanted to play, which actually, I'm not saying couple of buddies because only one of my friends really wanted to play it. So we decided to dive in and started playing Ark Survival Evolved this week. It's kind of hard being only 2 people. I mean, when we used to play on the original island map, like when the game first came out, we became the Alpha Tribe on 216, like server 216. We were literally, ruling the server. But now being just 2 people, when we used to have like 10 to 15, kind of sucks. It really sucks. It's really a big struggle now playing on the server of, Ark Survival Evolved. And, I want to ask a quick, question, or just ask you Chibits. I mean, some of you Chibits, ask me all the time you'd like to play with me on games and stuff, and I mean, if you're all interested, I'm just gonna offer this. I'm just gonna straight up offer. My friend that's been playing with me, he's been wanting other people to help us out, and I think if any of you want to kind of join us and play some Ark with us, I'm willing to offer a hand. I mean, I'm on server 853. Yes, it's a European server on Ark. The reason why is because there's not a hell of a lot of players that'll raid you and kill you. And if you've ever played the game or whatever on Xbox and you're interested, I'm on server 853. So, yeah, look out for the tribe called Nazgul. That's the tribe we are. Now, getting off of that, I just want to discuss a couple other things. So, also, I've been watching a series called Vampire Diaries. Now, hear me out. I know that's not a show usually guys watch. I know it's not. It's just a show that I've had interest from time to time I watched. Like, when I was very young, like a long time ago when it first started airing, I remember watching like the first and second season when those were the only two out. I remember watching. I was entertained. I mean, as I've always said many times throughout my reviews to different vlogs and videos, I've said I've always had an interest in vampire series and also romantic series. It's just something I really enjoy. Now, I'm not a big fan of Twilight. I gotta be honest. I know many are gonna ask me, I'm not a big fan of Twilight, especially when it comes to the writing of it, but I do like Vampire Diaries. It does have a lot of problems in some writing parts of the series, but it's enjoyable. And recently this week I got back into the series. I think I stopped around like season 3 or so, season 3.5. I stopped around in there and I eventually started watching it. Right now I'm in the middle of season 4. Pretty good series. I actually really missed Vampire Diaries. I kind of feel bad for Damon as always. I mean, you know, one of the main male characters. But if you ever watched that series, you know, shout out to you guys. I mean, it's been a while since I sat down and watched that series. Really, really, really fun to actually watch. Speaking of series I was watching, actually, which is not actually anime, I've been watching another series which I actually finished about a week and a half back, 2 weeks ago. It's called Archer. It's a cartoon series. It's an adult cartoon. I actually mentioned it in about 2 vlogs ago. I mentioned about an adult cartoon series called Archer. I finished that series, and holy crap, that shit is funny. Like, I gotta say, out of all the adult cartoons I've seen, that's probably my favorite. Insane. I mean, I haven't seen Rick and Morty. I know many are telling me to start that series. I mean, I've seen many kind of mention that. But, I mean, I finished Archer, and it's such a hilarious fucking series. I was laughing my ass off while watching it. I mean, the first episode, I knew it was going to be a good series when you had the little car battery and the man's making fun of the freaking car battery. Archer's making fun of the car battery. It's such a good show. I had a lot of fun catching up to that. It gave me a good laugh as well. I mean, there's just little shows I've been watching here and there, like Stranger Things. If you ever seen that show, it was on Netflix recently. It just recently came out with season 1. It's a Netflix original. I actually finished that too. Now, when it came to, you know, Stranger Things, that new show that came out and many were talking about, Stranger Things, it was okay. I mean, it was an interesting show. I finished it in one sitting. I watched the entire show, watched all 8 episodes in one sitting, but I noticed there was a lot of issues when it came to some of the acting. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of the children, the acting of the children. I don't know, the way they acted, it didn't feel as believable, but at the end of the day, they are children. They're probably, you know, new actors, and so they're not used to acting. But when it came to, you know, the actors and all that, I just had the biggest problem with the children. Now, not necessarily with Eleven or Elle. I didn't have any problem with her at all. I just had mainly a problem with, you know, the other kids of the series. But besides that, I feel like the series was enjoyable. I feel like there's a lot they can expand upon and make it, you know, even better. Just depends on where they want to take season 2. But definitely an enjoyable series I also watched this week called Stranger Things. If you ever heard of it and you've watched it as well, shout out to you as well. Okay, so that aside, I have a lot of fan mail I need to dive into. I know this, you know, vlog is a little bit delayed. I should have had it up, you know, loaded a couple days ago. Just, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I've just kind of been slacking, and that's the best way I can honestly say it. That's the only thing I can say. I'm not gonna try to say an excuse or anything. I literally slacked off this week. I really did. I should have done it earlier. Please forgive me for that. But I have a lot of fan mail. I'm gonna be opening up a lot of different letters and stuff, so let's get to it. We have no letter, but we have the Idol Masters. Episodes 1 through 25. You know, I've heard a lot of talk about Idol Masters many, many times. Many people talk about the series saying it's a very good series, saying it's enjoyable, very cute, and all sorts of stuff like that. I never got around to watching it. If there's a couple of series I need to watch, this is definitely on the list. I mean, I need to, you know, watch Working. I definitely need to watch this. I've actually never even seen K-On! No joke, I've never even seen K-On! I need to see that as well. I need to see, oh, what was that other series called? I forget. It was the Shirobako? I think that's what the series is called. You know, it's how people make anime. It's how, like, the anime studios make anime and stuff. I need to finish that series. I dropped off of it a long time ago. I need to finish that as well. But anyways, getting back on topic, though, The Idol Masters is a series I've always heard about for many, many years now, like, since I've really been getting into anime, and before I was even an anime reviewer, I heard about Idol Masters, I heard many people talking about it, never got around to watching it, and one day I do need to sit down and give actual time to this series to watch it, because I've heard many, many people say it's an enjoyable series. So, yeah, hey, thank you for whoever sent this. There's no letter at all on the, the package, but thank you so much, whoever sent this. It truly means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so there is no letter here, but if I am correct, this is Macross. This was the new Macross series that came out. And judging by, the format of what this disc is, I'm assuming this is the original soundtrack to that new Macross series. I could probably already assume who this is from. There's a couple of Chibits that send me letters constantly that talk about Macross. And yes, I hear you loud and clear. It is a series I do need to watch. I might do something this fall season if there's not many things to review. I might set a dedicated day to actually, doing stuff like backlog and stuff. I need to get back into that. I used to do it a long time ago. It's kind of, changed over time. Remember the stuff with, my stepmom when she got injured. I was busy, taking care of her. And since she's kind of gotten a lot better now, she's able to walk now. I mean, she still uses a crutch every so often. But for the most part, she's a lot better than she was. It's about time I probably start getting back into what I used to do. Doing backlog reviews, doing these big reviews and all these other different manga and stuff reviews. I need to get back into it. It's definitely something I need to get back into the routine. I need to work some form of schedule out this upcoming season for it. I really do. I definitely need to work a schedule, get some form of writing down before I can stick to it, because that's one of the things I've been slacking on. I haven't been writing my schedule down, and that's kind of what's been going on. Once I fix my sleep schedule, and I get my schedule down, I feel like everything will be back in order. But I will say, however, this is a series I know many, many of you Chibits are passionate about. I know many of you love Macross. Many of you want me to start the series up again, because it's an iconic series, and it's something I do need to give more attention to. I do admit, I definitely do. And when I do have the time, I know I say it a lot, forgive me, but I will try my best. I need to start getting into this backlog stuff. I mean, there's just so much I need to, review and stuff. So, thank you. I kind of already know who probably sent this. I'm not going to say any names because I don't know if it is, but whoever sent this, though, thank you so much. I hear you loud and clear because I know many of you Chibits want me to watch Macross. Oh my. So, I was just talking about this, and look at this, Macross. Yeah, a lot of you Chibits are very passionate about this series. Like, holy crap. So, Macross Plus Movie Edition. Now, if I'm correct, Macross Plus is the sequel. I think this is Season 2, if I'm correct. I remember someone mentioned, I think it was BOL. I think BOL mentioned this a while back. But I think Macross Plus is the sequel, and then there's stuff after that. But no letter once again. I'm going to assume this is from the same person that sent the CD that was just a second ago and also sent this. I'm willing to bet probably if I open up some of these letters, I'm probably going to find BOL or someone that probably talks about, this right here. Okay, so you remember last week how I felt very nostalgic because I was opening up some things that brought me back to my childhood? Well, tell me if this doesn't bring you back. Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter. Collision Course. Just like... Oh my. I used to watch this show so much, man. Like, when I still had TV and cable, as I said last week, I used to watch this all the time. I used to watch this, Bizarre Foods, Man vs. Food. It was just stuff I really loved watching, and this just brings you back. I mean, it really does. The Crocodile Hunter and all that. Nothing beats it. Nothing really beats it. It was just so enjoyable. I love the personality of Steve Irwin. He really was a good guy. His first big screen adventure. So nostalgic. Once again, no letter, but whoever sent this, thank you very much. Hola Chibi, it's Amigo, and I hope you're enjoying summer so far. It's been a relatively hot summer, but it's been enjoyable. With this letter, I also want a small heart-to-heart conversation with you, Chibi. First off, I have to ask, did you ever have an anime series that you watched and got so sucked into its universe that you constantly wanted to know more about it to solve its mysteries? I guess the recent thing would be ReZero or Tokyo Ghoul. Those are the big things right now. I'm in Hunter x Hunter as well. Those are the series that really sucked me in and I want to know more about. Has anime ever made you feel so invested that you eagerly look forward to any possible new entries? Spice and Wolf, definitely. Tokyo Ghoul, Hunter x Hunter, Just all my favorite series. I always look forward to new entries into it. Yet at the same time, you want to share the greatness with so many others, only to realize just how much people do not know your series even exists. A lot of the series I enjoy, many people know about. I guess the only series people don't really, I guess, know about. I mean, Spice Wolf is well known, but it's not as well known as other series. But it's definitely not hidden. It's not a hidden gem. I guess Spice and Wolf, but if there's a series that I say I really care about, and I wish more knew about, but doesn't really know about its existence, I'd say Sunken Rock, even though it ended and all that. It's still, Sunken Rock I wish more people knew about. I really do wish more people knew about Sunken Rock, or, I wish more people knew about Drifters as well, the manga series Drifters, or, you know, Chibi Vampire as well. I wish many people knew about that series as well. That it is doomed to remain hidden or trapped behind closed doors to prevent others from being able to experience the same wonders you did. Of all the spring anime that came out, Macross... I just opened up 2 packets about Macross. I'm seeing a connection here. Macross Delta was the one whose reviews I had most anticipated from you. I want to discuss the power of the songs with you, but I haven't been able to. I want to brainstorm with you about how songs and protoculture may be connected, but I haven't been able to. I wanted to ask you which songs are your favorite in Delta, but I haven't been able to. And I wanted to just plain old talk with you about the Macross franchise in general, instead of informing you about it, but I haven't been able to. Due to the majority of the series being locked to Japan, I cannot ever send you any of the other series unless I import the very, very expensive BD, which easily costs over $100 each. Gundam gets a new anime pretty much every year, but Macross entry has a time gap of several years, so fans always have to wait a long time for whatever new series comes out, and hope that it's good. The fact that you were watching crap like Iron Fortress, Big Order, and Lost Village over something that was actually really good drove a nail for me, and it really made me wonder if you're even thinking about it straight at the time. While I think you'll catch up with Macross Delta eventually, by the time you do, though, you'll be constantly wondering what exactly you were doing during the spring season by putting this to the back burner, and I kept up with the garbage of the season. Despite all this, since you were caring for your stepmom, I held on to the hope they were just putting it aside temporarily, and would return to Delta later. Even now, I still believe that Chibi and I am still waiting for you to catch up with Macross Delta. Your compadre amigo. P.S. Speaking of anime that have remained trapped in Japan, here are my personal picks for they can ever get released in US someday. DeCapo, I was a big fan of Season 3, like, you know, get DeCapo 3. I was a big fan of DeCapo If, DeCapo Season 2. I was fine with those. I really love DeCapo. That is a very, very good anime. It's one of the first few anime I've ever seen. They Are My Noble Masters. Never seen that one. H2O, Footprints in the Sand. I've heard that was pretty good as well. Dantelion no Shoka. That's a good series. I wish that would get a Season 2. That was such a beautiful series. That music sold it for me. Princess Lover, never heard of it. Hero Man, I think I've heard of that. Ooh, Satoka Yakuin no Mo. Love that series. I love the sexual innuendos in that. Idol Masters and White Album. All of the series I've heard about those too. One last thing involving the Macross series. Let me just list off the entries in the franchise along with the years they came out so that you can see the time gap between each season. The TV, anime, and movies will each have their own list. Hopefully you'll see what I mean by Macross fans having to wait a while for a new season each one ends. See backside. Macross TV, Super Dimensional Fortress, 1982 to 83. Whoa, that's old. Plus was made in 1994 and 95. Yo. And then 1994, yeah, 95. Dynamite 7, 1997, 98. Holy shit. Zero, 2002 through 04. Frontier 2008 and Delta 2016. Holy shit, that is a lot of gaps. Macross movies. Macross Do You Remember Love, 1984. Plus Movie Edition, 1995. Yo, that's like almost a 10-year time gap. Holy crap. Frontier Movie, The False Songstress, 2009. Yo, that's a long time. Frontier Movie, The Wings of Goodbye, 2011. No, that wasn't as big of a time gap. There's a high possibility that Delta will get a movie in the foreseeable future, too, but similar to Frontier, you'll have to watch the original TV anime to understand key plot points. Don't let that happen, Chibi, not when you still have more than enough time to catch up. This summer season could have been the season that disappoints you the most this year. Also, I made a parody of me and my friends' reactions to how you treated Macross Delta, so I hope you find it funny. Read it aloud. So this is the parody. Okay, let's see what this is. Chibi likes Macross Delta, but he stopped after the first episode. That's true. True story. That's true story. That's a legit true story. True story. True story. I talked about my piece on that subject earlier on this video. I'm not going to repeat what I already said, but... And a lot of Macross stuff. A lot of Macross stuff already in this video. So, what also came with this was Power Rangers Blu-ray and more Power Rangers. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I want to be just straight up honest, okay? We're friends here, amigo. I've never watched Power Rangers. I haven't. I mean, I know about Power Rangers. I know about the different people and the mech suit and all that. I know about Power Rangers. I've just never personally watched it. I gotta be honest. I've never watched Power Rangers. I know, that's probably heresy. I mean, many are probably going to want to slit my throat now, me saying something like that, because this is the childhood for many. And I never actually got into Power Rangers or watched it. You know, it's interesting. This is like a classic. I wonder how old this is. I mean, it's Blu-ray. How old are these movies? Are these like new movies or something? Because I've actually never seen Power Rangers, so if anyone can let me know, please do so in the comments below. And also, CD. Freddy Fish 3, The Case of the Stolen Conch Shell. I have no idea what the fuck this is. I gotta be honest, my boy, I have no idea what this is. I'm not gonna act like I do. I'm assuming it's a game. Okay, so thank you very much, amigo. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, no letter, but another music CD. Oh yeah, speaking of music CDs, I forgot to mention this. It just dawned on me right now. The music CD I got last week, that was, you know, I didn't know about it since it was rock and roll, and I had no idea because I don't know much about, you know, American bands and stuff. Apparently the music CD was JoJo. It was JoJo. Roundabout. Oh. JoJo. JoJo. That was surprising. I gotta admit, I was really surprised when I popped that CD in when I was driving, and I started hearing JoJo. I'm like, what the fuck? It's JoJo! So, well done. You caught me by surprise. See, I don't really know songs. I don't even know Japanese song names. I don't pay attention. I really don't. I know select few individual, you know, singers of Japan, but I'm not a big person that gets into the titles and stuff like that. So when I popped that CD in and I heard a JoJo song, my boy, that's what I like to hear. It makes me happy. But anyways, so another CD. I don't know what this is from. I have no idea what this is from. If anyone has any idea what this is from, please let me know. It says, The End of Triangle. That's what it says on the side here. The End of Triangle. Let's see. Soundtrack 2 is called The Isle of Mayan. I have no idea. The End of Triangle. Thank You, Frontier. Refrain. Final Attack. I have no idea. So, if anyone knows what series this is from, please let me know in the comments below. Good morning, good afternoon, and evening, Chibi. Thank you. You too. Warm greetings from the not-so-warm. Probably going to mispronounce this, and if I do, please forgive me. I don't mean to insult anyone. Prague? I think that's it. We didn't have a proper summer here this year. How is it going over here in the land of the whiskey? Land of the whiskey? You talking about Tennessee? I wouldn't call it land of the whiskey, but it's been relatively good. I have never written to any YouTuber personally before. You seem to be a nice and genuine chap who brings a lot of happiness to the channel. I discovered this channel around a year ago because of your reviews of Berserk, which happens to be my favorite manga together with Monster and 20th Century Boys. That's the series I need to start too, 20th Century Boys, by Urasawa Sensei. Have you read those or watched the brilliant anime adaptation of Monster? Yes, I've seen the anime adaptation of Monster, one of my favorite series of all time. Instantly in my top 10 favorite series of all time. Monster is a very good series. Haven't seen 20th Century Boys, though. If not, I highly recommend it to you. As for me, I guess I'm probably not your average target audience. Over 30 years old, business professional, starting getting a mortgage to buy my own house. I'm not writing this to show off or anything, but because, as you may imagine, in my environment, being into anime and manga, it is seen as something pretty awkward. I know how that feels. Of course, at my age, one doesn't really care anymore about what others think of his passions. However, there aren't many people with whom I can talk about anime or manga, and that's why I'm glad that a place such as the Chibi community exists. And this is why I do these videos, so I can talk with all of you. You know, since I was a child, I've always dreamt to write manga or comics myself. Right now, I am drawing one of which I sent you the copies of the last chapter. I'm only an amateur, and I'm not sure how interesting a story of magical girls and superheroes can be, but I'm having a lot of fun at drawing it, so I hope you like it. If yes, I'd be happy to send you also the other chapters. If not, well, it's fine anyways, I guess. Oh, come on now. Come on now, don't be like that. No, I'm always interested in seeing whatever you guys send me. It's really fun to see what you guys are getting into. And, you know, just see what you guys, your creative side. Speaking of magical girls, did you drop Sailor Moon Crystal? No, I did not drop it. I just stopped reviewing it, but I did continue watching it. Honestly, I enjoyed Season 3 much more than the first 2 arcs, mostly because of the animation. The soundtrack is amazing. I do completely agree. Oh, okay, I think I've already taken enough of your time. I hope you enjoyed the letter and the drawings. Phil. Aw, thank you so much. P.S. Apologies if I made some mistakes, but I'm Italian living in... Oh, you're Italian? Ah! I have a friend that's Italian. One of my main friends, like my main friend I play on Xbox with, I've been playing with him over 10 years now. He's Italian. Good guy. I really love my friend. He's been with me for a long time since I was very young. We talk about everything. Good guy. I've always wanted to go to Italy. So, English is not my first language. No worries, no worries. I read your letter completely fine. You have beautiful English. Better than a lot of native English speakers and writers. I'm not even gonna lie. Pretty good English. Not gonna lie. So, you have some drawings here. So, let's look at this. Dear Chibi, I felt bad only sending you copies, so here's an original sketch. I hope you like it even though you don't know yet the characters. Better than what I can do. I gotta admit, way better than what I can do. Ooh. I say I'm a big fan of the glasses. I'm a big fan of the glasses girl. Gotta admit. I mean, I don't know if she's the main character or not, but I like the glasses going on right there. I gotta admit that. Okay, so here is your comic. Ooh, I like the panel work and stuff you did. That looks really nice. So you used... Is that a pencil, or did you copy this? I think you copied this. Yeah, okay. So you, I'm guessing you put this through a printer or something to copy. I don't know. That looks really good, actually. I gotta admit, your drawing... I don't know if you can make the out achievements here. I'll zoom it in and out for you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out or not. But the drawing looks really good. It does. I mean, obviously, it doesn't look as good as a professional manga artist that does it for a living all the time. Because, obviously, that's really hard to do. They have to work so much on that. It takes a lot of time for them to even get to the level they're at. But I gotta admit, I would be fine with art like this. It looks really, really good. It really does for, trying to, be a drawer and a manga artist. It looks great. Let's see here. I'm just gonna do, a brief look over it. I like, how you draw the characters. I like the outfits and costumes you choose. Because one of the big things about, being an artist or whatever when you're reading a series, it's to make characters that sometimes look very similar to other characters, making them stand out with their outfits, their clothing, and the way you style their hair. Yeah, it's definitely the style of clothing, the choices of outfits you're using that I really like. I really like that. Oh, man, that man's got some abs, damn. That man's got some abs, like, yo, that man is built. Like, I gotta admit, that man is built. So, yeah. Not bad. I mean, I didn't, I quickly looking over and see what you did. Looks pretty good. The artwork looks really good. Paneling, oh, you got the paneling down. Paneling looks great. I mean, overall, though, I like it. I'd like to see more. I mean, I'll need to read it, obviously, thoroughly, but, I mean, I like so far what I've just briefly looked at. It looks really good. Thank you so much, my bro. Thank you. Hey Chibi, I highly recommend that you read this letter first. In fact, I will put a big 1 on it somewhere to make sure you do. The second letter would be best read off camera unless you really want to, up to you. I've been pretty busy lately and have not been reading many manga or even watching anime at all since I started playing WoW. Ooh, playing WoW! Playing WoW! WoW Legion though. Ooh, the Blood Elf Demon Hunter. Let's see. Since I pre-ordered Legion, I get early access to the Demon Hunters on August 9th. I've been trying to re-gear my Undead Assassin Rogue so I can do Mythic raiding with my guild, Grim Determination. The newest patch changed my rotation completely. It seems like I have abandoned my Death Knight in favor of how fun my Rogue is. I've never really been a fan of a Rogue. I haven't. I've never been a fan. I've always been a Death Knight player. I've always either done Blood or Frost, Death Knight. Never been a big fan of Rogues. I just don't know. It's never been my kind of play style. Let's see, I only farm on that toon now. I'm pretty excited for Legion. I am trying to get my father back into it. I'm attempting to use the transmog route of persuading since he has Thunder Fury from back in the day. Oh my! Thunder Fury, that brings back memories. Speaking of transmog, the newest patch for WoW has changed a few things that reminded me greatly of Diablo 3, especially the transmog menu. I do agree. I love what they've done with the transmog and made it kind of more like a Diablo system compared to how it used to be. It really just adds new life to the game. It allows you to customize your toon like you want. Moving on, I have a rather funny story to tell, like I always have. I've been single for a while now, and it takes a fair bit of effort to pique my interest. I'm a very honest and forward person, so I asked this guy out on a date. I'm not a movie and dinner type girl, so I opt for going to the aquarium near where I live, and it seemed okay. He seemed okay with it. We agreed to meet there at 12 p.m., and I like to be early and everything, so I get there at 11:15 a.m., and I'm waiting on a bench just inside the entrance. There are families and children everywhere, and I have just gotten 6 new piercings done at the same time, so I'm in a fair bit of pain right now. Right then. 12 rolls around and I am still alone and he isn't answering my text. 12:15 p.m. comes and I'm fairly concerned that I have been stood up. Little does this gentleman know, but I love aquariums. I could spend hours there. This particular place had a museum with an exhibit on the human body, so I refused to let this opportunity to learn something new pass me by. Plus, there are about 7 Pokestops for Pokemon Go there, so I'm in heaven. Compared to the Ripley's Believe It or Not aquarium, this one was rather lacking, but the large shark tank took up most of my attention. Fun fact, I learned in my anatomy and physiology class that I have the lung capacity of a 20-year-old male, and for my small person such as myself, I think it is pretty cool. I made my way through all the exhibits in the aquarium, and it was too hot for the zoo, and had a lot of fun in the gyms and mineral section. I even got a crystal growing kit from the gift store, and they're growing in my kitchen. I actually found it really fun, and I stood up, and since I had a wonderful time, I didn't really mind all that much. There aren't any guys around me that are into anime/manga and video games like I am, so I don't appeal to most guys. I can understand that feeling quite well. I mean, being someone that owns so much, it's not something that, many are willing to accept. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a vlog. I'll just be straight up with you, Chibits. Forever alone status. Anyways, let's see, my family is actually looking to go on vacation to Tennessee next year, and I'm pushing for going gem mining. Am I strange? Gem mining? Nah. I used to actually be a big, fan of going caving. I've talked about this in the past. I used to love going into a cave and just exploring and stuff, and just climbing up, inside of a cave into different holes and stuff, and just exploring. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I could actually get into stuff like that, like gem mining and stuff. I can understand why, you would find that very fun. Am I strange? No. No way. It's a hobby. You enjoy doing it. There's no problem with having a hobby and enjoying it. It's like me collecting anime and manga. It's a hobby. Everybody has something that makes them have, excitement and have fun. It will be an all-girls trip, which might be weird, but fun. Do you have any places that you suggest we visit? Well, if you're wanting to have fun and have a good time, depending on what time of the year it is, I recommend you to check out Fall Creek Falls. It's a beautiful, beautiful park. You can go swimming too. The water's cold. It's really, really cold, but it's perfect for swimming and all that. And if you want to go to anywhere that's beautiful, I do recommend that. I definitely recommend Fall Creek Falls. I've already been to Nashville and had an okay, and not really my scene, but Tennessee is so huge, so there must be a lot more to see. There's a lot of places. I mean, you have all sorts of places throughout Tennessee, but I mean, like I said, if you want to go to anywhere, I first recommend going either to, Fall Creek Falls or going to Rock Island State Park. One of those two are very good. I mean, if you're into hiking or seeing, the scenic route and stuff and nature, I recommend those two places when it comes to Tennessee, especially when it comes to around my area. Very good places. I want to apologize for forcing you to read the manga that I sent you. I felt very selfish for asking you since you already have such a tight schedule and with so much on your plate already. If you ever do get the chance to read it, I'm sure you would enjoy it, but take your time with it. This is no hurry. The first volume, it has the first 3 books, with the second holds the last 2. My summer vacation was full of work and video games. I started school back up on the 15th, dreading it since my classes are only math. It's the worst subject because I overthink the entire thing, but I'm good at chemistry and science, so maybe it will click one day. I think one of my worst subjects was definitely math or probably English. I don't know. I always had English teachers when I was growing up at school that would legit make us write nothing but in cursive writing. I'm not even joking. When I was going to school in Tennessee and all that, I always had English teachers that were like, you need to do cursive writing for all of it. You need to write like a 500-word essay all in cursive. Right on the spot. Gives us something like, yo, what the fuck? Like, everything had to be in cursive. Oh, that was probably one of my worst subjects just because of the teacher. But if it was anything talented, true skill, or just not knowing, it was definitely math. I struggled in math. Questions I want to ask. Number 1, are there any tattoos you want to get? If so, what are they? If not, then why not? Do I want to get any tattoos? To be honest, I have nothing against tattoos. I'm all for anyone wanting to get tattoos, but it's just never been a thing for me. I don't know. I've just never had an interest in wanting to get a tattoo. Maybe one day my mind might change, but at this time, no, I've just never had any interest. It's just not something that really piques my interest, but overall, I can see the appeal of tattoos. I know they can look very cool. I've seen some really awesome stuff on people when it comes to tattoo-wise, but me, though, do I want a tattoo right now? No, but it's a possibility it could change in the future. Do you have a favorite smell? Sweet smell, strong smell, spicy smells? My favorite smells. Sweet rolls. I love the smell of sweet rolls with, like, you know, glazed in honey. I love that smell. Another smell, I really like peppermint. I love the peppermint smell. And then spicy smells, I love habanero smell. I don't know. I love the smell of a habanero as well. So that's kind of the smells I really enjoy. And then I guess rosemary as well. That's another smell I really like. Let's see, what is your opinion of Pokemon Go? I have not played it. I'm gonna be honest, have not played it. I know that you probably haven't played it, you know me, since you're rocking a flip phone. Obviously, that's all I use is a flip phone. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of getting a big phone. I have a tablet. I'm not a big fan of, you know, big phones and stuff. It's just not something that really is interested in me. But, no, I haven't played Pokemon Go. But what about how it is changing society and how many games are finally getting exercise and making friends? I think it's a good game, but I could see also it could cause a lot of problems. I mean, I've seen a lot of news and stuff around Pokemon Go, how it causes issues in society and stuff, but it also helps people get out and exercise. It's one of the only games that really force people to get out of their cave and go out and exercise to play a game. So, well done. Well done, Nintendo, for making Pokemon Go. You actually got people to go outside and start, you know, exercising by playing a Pokemon game. Definitely impressive. Definitely a hard feat to do. Let's see, number 4. Do you have any favorite quotes at the moment? Right now, mine is, "My love is my soul's imagination. How do I love you?" You know, one of my personal favorite quotes, I think, is from Vagabond, actually. "If you focus too much on the branch, you won't see the tree. If you focus too much on the tree, you won't see the forest." And it's a quote I really enjoy from Vagabond. If you've ever read Vagabond, you know what quote I'm talking about. It's such a good quote. Don't focus too much on one point or you won't see the entire picture. Beautiful quote. So, that's one of my personal favorite quotes that I really enjoy. Is there a routine you go through before you can get anything done? Yes. Oh, yes. When I first get up in the morning, I'm like, I'm like dead. I'm straight up dead. Like, I am not a morning person. Regardless of what time of day I get up, if I get up at 2 o'clock in the day, doesn't matter. When I first get up, I'm like, I'm basically brain dead. That's the best way to say it, okay? And I have to instantly turn on my computer, I turn on everything else, and then I go downstairs, get a cup of coffee while I'm like this, get a cup of milk, drink it and all that, get some coffee going and all that, cook the coffee or whatever I have to do, get some coffee, use the bathroom while that's all making, get my coffee, go back upstairs, sit down at my computer, drink my coffee, look at Twitter, look at YouTube, look at my email, all stuff like that, and then I look at all the things I need to do for the day and when I get to work. That's pretty much my normal schedule before I get anything done. I have to do stuff like that. That's usually what I do every single time when I get up. Also get something to eat as well. I have to get something to eat when I'm getting coffee. Okay. I have to make sure my room and dishes are clean before I play a game with a cup of tea. That's usually what I have to do as well. I usually, you know, clean my room as well once I'm done with work. Do you think the creator of Dark Souls, Miyazaki-san, is saying anything about society and humanity as a whole when he says all humanity has a fragment of the Dark Soul? I don't know. I feel like Miyazaki is more into the referencing of Berserk. I mean, when he references the Dark Sign and Dark Soul and stuff and humanity, it reminds me of, you know, Berserk. And it obviously takes a lot of inspiration from Berserk. I feel like he's mainly talking about how people are in that series. But maybe he can have a darker meaning. Maybe he thinks, you know, he's talking about, you know, humanity as a whole in real life. I mean, there's anything. I mean, that man makes some pretty twisted stuff when it comes to, you know, his Soul games. So, who knows? I have no idea. In all the video games you have played, if you could choose to wake up with all of the protagonist characters' powers, who would it be and why? I would like to be Commander Shepard of the Normandy of Mass Effect. Yes, I played all 3 games, but I've always wanted to be a part of, like, the journey of Mass Effect. Yeah, I would want to be Commander Shepard. I would. I know he does have a lot of powers and stuff, but it's just something that really interests me. I would love to be Commander Shepard of Mass Effect. It looks like my pen is running out of ink, so I think it is best to end it here. Life is an interesting combination of ups and downs, but without the down times, bad things, we can never know what the true happiness feels like. I do agree. You can't know what true happiness is without the downs. You know, you only know what true peacefulness is like after terrible pain. You'll understand what I mean in the second letter. Smile for me, Chibi, since I can't myself right now. It's good for you, Tori. I'm not going to say what's contained in this letter because it's up to you to reveal that information. But my heart goes out to you. I just want to at least say that. I at least want to say, just that alone, my heart goes out to you. You're in my prayers, and I hope you go through this difficult time. I know I'm a little bit late on reading this letter. It's been some time, but hopefully you still are watching this video, and hopefully me saying something about, you know, your predicament, you know, I hope you're fine now. And I mean, if you want to talk or anything, as I've said to many of you Chibits, you know, if you want me to read a letter off camera or on camera, it just depends on you. Just let me know. I want to respect your wishes. But I just want to say, if you want to talk, you can send me a letter as well, and I can read it, you know. I'm just going to let you know. But my heart does go out to you, and I hope everything works out. I do. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for the letter, and I wish you the best of luck as well. Thank you. Hi, Chibi. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. How about yourself? I'm writing this letter because you're one of my favorite manga and anime reviewers. Aw, you're too sweet. I would like you to do a video on how you got into anime and manga. I've kind of discussed in this past. One of the main reasons I got into anime and manga was because I got into it thanks to my brother, but also discovering Dragon Ball Z and just diving into other series like, you know, Chibi Vampire, and then also other series like, you know, Shakugan no Shana, Spice and Wolf, many different series. But mainly what started my journey was, you know, Dragon Ball Z. That's what really got me into anime and manga. The volume pickup videos you do is pretty good, and thank you. P.S. Boku no Hero Academia is awesome. Sincerely, Brandon. Aw, thank you so much, Brandon. Sweet. Get such sweet happiness just reading you guys' letters. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, look what I just opened up. I see some Kaneki. I see some Tsukiyama Shu. And I see almond. So, very good stuff right there. Very, very, very good stuff to start opening up a letter to see. Tokyo Ghoul. Oh, I recognize this drawing and handwriting. I instantly recognize the drawings. I've seen this Chibi before. This Chibi has definitely sent me a letter in the past. Hello, dear Chibi. It's Jasmine again. As I see, I told you, I recognize you, fellow Chibis. When you guys send me letters, I instantly can recognize you. Hello, dear Chibi. It's Jasmine again. How you doing? My first day of high school didn't go so well because I sprained my ankle on the Ooh, are you okay? Are you okay? Sprains can be pretty damn bad. For the first time ever, and my back hurts. The backpack is so heavy. But at least my best friends are there, and I got some new ones. Our history teacher is the best, and it's my favorite subject. I also like health, art, and English. Of course, did you have any favorite subjects? My favorite subjects, when I was growing up, would be history and anything to do with science. I was a big fan of any type of science classes and history classes. Those were my favorite subjects to do. Physics is my worst nightmare. I like physics. I don't know. I was a big fan of physics. Before my vacation came to an end, I went to an electronic dance music festival. Ooh, electronic dance. Oh, I love electronic music. It's one of my personal things to listen to on the side. I was so hyped. My favorite DJ called Hardwell was there. Have you ever heard of it? Be honest, no, I haven't. I've talked about it. I'm not well versed in the music world. Gotta be honest. I might have heard some songs from him, but I'm not well versed in names of artists and stuff, just gonna be honest with you. I've seen him 3 times now, and I can't wait to grow up so I can go see him in other countries. And on the same day, I got to know that you read my first letter. I'm glad that my English was decent and you liked the little Boku no Hero Academia drawings. Yes, I did. Change of subject. Do you watch any TV series? If yes, have you any suggestions? I'm a huge fan of Supernatural, and I'll watch Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead later. Okay, if you want to watch some good, TV series, I recommend Orange is the New Black. I recommend Vampire Diaries, I guess Stranger Things, I recommend Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Lost, And those are just a couple series I recommend to watch. Those are instantly... Lost, definitely. Need to watch Lost. That is a must-watch series. So is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And then the other series you can kind of fit in when you want to fit in. Playing games is also my thing. And I recently got into Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, Kingdom Hearts! I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. I might be wrong, but did you like the Halo game? Yes, I love Halo. It's one of my favorite shooters of all time. My favorite game is probably Gears of War, and some Lego games are fun too. I've never played Lego games, but Gears of War is amazing. Cannot wait for Gears of War 4. Ooh, I can't wait. Fun fact, as a girl, I'm sometimes better at war games than my big brothers. Wow. I mean, it's not a, I guess, surprising thing. I mean, there's a lot of girl gamers out there. I mean, there really is. It's not something just meant for guys in general. I know a lot of girls that play games as well. We usually play Call of Duty together. There's a lot of games coming in the fall, so rest in peace, money. Oh, I know. I can't wait for the Skyrim remaster. That's what I wait for. For the Berserk. Yeah, that's so good. And yes, I am from Finland. Your last reaction was kind of hilarious. Have you ever visited here? Nope, I have never visited out of the country. I've only ever been in Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee. I'm not even joking. That's all the places I've been in the world. I need to visit other places one day. When I have the money and I can actually go visit stuff, I gladly want to go to other countries. I want to definitely see Finland. I want to see Italy. I want to see UK. I want to see Japan, obviously. I want to see Germany. There's just a lot of places I want to see. I mean, I want to go to Canada, too. It's just a lot of places I want to visit when I have the money one day, but at this time, I don't. But one of these days, I do want to travel. Let's see. Our summer is hot, and this year, the bees are crazy. The bees! The bees! They don't even die if you spray Raid on them. Yo, what? Yes, my brother tested. The winter here is cold as fuck, but I love it. You get to stay in bed, drink hot cocoa, watch anime, so it's pure heaven. I agree. The winter is the best season of the year. I love winter. What countries have you actually visited? As I said, I haven't visited any countries. Only Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. That's, states, not countries. I've only been in Sweden and Estonia. I'm probably saying that wrong. I've never pronounced it before. Please forgive me. Sweden and Estonia. Probably saying it wrong. Please, please, please forgive me. I really wish to go to London someday. Before I end this letter, I must ask you. Have you downloaded Pokemon Go? A lot of you have been asking about that. No, I have not, because I don't really have a phone to play it. And, I mean... yeah, I'm just too busy to play the game. I have, and it's fun. During vacation, I went to catch them with my friends, and now Mom wants to stay inside when I actually went outside for once. I'll say this again. Thanks a lot, Chibi, and I send letters of hugs to you and your family. Stay safe. Plus Ultra. From Jasmine. King of Explodo Kills. And Bakugo 2. Kurishima is one of my favorites from Boku no Hero Academia. Oh, it's so cute! Cute! It's so cute! It's so cute! It's so cute. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I hope to see more letters from you in the near future. Very sorry for taking so long to opening up letters. I'm starting to, get cut through all the backlog of letters right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Dear Chibi, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How about yourself? I'm Zhao Yun 255, probably saying that wrong, but how you doing, bro? I hope you are not I hope you don't mind, since it will be a long letter, but hope you read it in one of your videos. I have no problem with how long the letter is. I've said this many times in the past. I appreciate you guys are just willing to send a letter. It means a lot to me. This is the first time I wrote you a letter since I subbed like 3 years ago, when you just had like a few thousand subscribers. Oh, how fast the time has flown. I do agree. A lot of time has flown. I love your content since you covered and had a lot of in-depth views on many things that some online reviewers missed entirely, especially light novel related. Though I might disagree with you in a few series like Dinpa Koshi, since the anime made it look bad, but you're one of my regular channels to visit. Seeing you also a Fate fan was just icing on the cake. I am a big anime/manga/light novel fan. I spent a lot of time reading them and watching them. I currently live in CA, but I used to live in Vietnam, so I get obscure Doraemon and Katabi Ito, Imagine Gintama playing soccer, or Eto Ranger, a Kingdom Heart, before SC/Disney even thought about it. My first anime lineups were Eto Rangers and Sailor Moon. I was 3 when I watched both of them, Detective Conan and then Gundam Wing in the 90s. By the way, I'm a big Gundam fan as well. Ooh, Gundam! I'm also a gamer at heart, as well as aside from anime. My favorite genre was RTS was my favorite genre in the past. Besides, getting onto console stuff, used to play RTS all the time, like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, used to play Warcraft 3, StarCraft. It was a big time at the time when I was big into RTSs, Command & Conquer as well. StarCraft, Warcraft, Stronghold, Red Alert, Age of... all the stuff I used to play. JRPGs, Final Fantasy 7, 9, and 10, and Type 0 and Tales of series. I am completely on board with what you play. That's a lot of stuff I like to play, especially Vesperia. Also, fan already translated the superior PS3 version, Beat Them Up, Panzer Bandit, Muso game like Dynasty Warrior series, Samurai Warrior series, Gundam Muso series, Arslan, the Warriors of Legend. You should get this game on Steam if you loved Arslan, and Fist of the North Star Kin's Rage series. Platformer games I enjoy, Crash Bandicoot! It's been so long since I thought about that series. I remember playing the original Crash Bandicoot. It was something I was really into in the past. And Rockman X series, and fighting games. Guilty Gear series, seriously, you should get this. I played Guilty Gear, very good series as well. This is the father of Blaze Blue, but more old school anime and rock metal references like JoJo. Tekken and Bloody Roar as my main series. This is a list of series I really want you to notice. Please, senpai, lol. Until Death Do Us Part, heard about the series that's on my list. Rain and Rain Gaiden. I think I've heard about Rain as well. Isn't that like the werewolf series? Dopo Chang Quan. A badass Chinese webcomic series that you should review. You'll love it just like you love the break. Ooh, okay, Manhwa series. King of Hell and Ruler of the Land. I've heard about this series. That's something I was actually interested in for a while. Witch Hunter, I've heard about that as well. Another Battle Shonen Korean series that was pretty damn awesome, and even the villain had a very interesting story as well, though they're OP as fuck. Magico. One of the best shonen magical adventure romance series I was sadly axed halfway through, but it was an awesome ride. That's sad. Denpa Kyoshi, also a series I watched a while back. I do need to get into the manga. Fate Khalid, I've also reviewed Fate Khalid. I actually currently review it, so I'm up to date with that. Let's see, Tate no Yusha. That's a series I've been wanting to actually read for a while now. I've heard that is a very, very good series. Kanjiki no Emoji. A different take from Tate no Yusha, but still good. Oh, okay, it's like a spinoff. Suyokute New Saga. How about a fantasy with New Game Plus as a concept? Also, the MC and his buddy friends were realistic as fuck in terms of combat experience. The New Gate, light novel and manga series. It was like you mixed the good points of Overlord and Doc Hack series together. A very interesting situation where after the MC beats the death game like SAO, he is transported to 500 years after his time period to a new time period of the same game world. What? Okay. Chiho Kishi Hans. Sick of the trickery in the royal court, former knight captain Hans now serves at a remote station in the countryside. Remonster. I've heard about Remonster. I heard it's a very good series as well. I've wanted to start that too. Uchi no Mao. A slice of life series where humans coexist with mythical creatures from legend and have them as pets. He's a high school he's a high school girl. Want to have a Beelzebub humor with a gender bent with some funny Western references? This is your series. Chojin Gakuen, a bizarre modern supernatural about a man who has a weird-ass power of causing disasters on whatever he did, like digging for hot springs but got a bomb instead. What the fuck? Okay, that's interesting. I will give you something when I wrote another letter for you. I hope your life will get better and for you to be more optimistic in life. Please be safe and have a great day. You as well, my bro. Best regards, Xiaoyun255. Thank you very much, my boy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the letter. Okay, so I have two letters from Alexis. I have one from August 14th and one from September 6th. Please forgive me on the delay of reading this letter. I'm very, 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 very sorry. There's so many letters, and so I'm very sorry for the delay. Dear Chibi, guess who? It's Alexis again, with yet another letter. I cannot thank you enough for reading my letters. I am beginning to feel very comfortable in the community, all thanks to you, the Master Chibi. Oh, too sweet. Anyways, how have you been, Mr. Chibi? Been good. I've been relatively fine. How about yourself? I had recently seen Star Trek Beyond with my dad, as he's a big Star Trek fan ever since the 1960s. On the otaku side of things, everything is great. I think everyone agrees that Fongo from 91 Days should compete with Soma from Food Wars. Also, if you're familiar with It's Time to Duel from Yu-Gi-Oh!, then in Food Wars' case, it would be, It's time to cook! And now your weekly Berserk update. We are on episode 7 as of August 13th. We see that one of Luca's friends has been apprehended by the heretic hunters run by the Holy Iron Chain Knights. Luca tries to stop them, but to no avail. As she is about to be whipped, Mr. Badass himself finally arrives and slays all the knights in a nice looking scene. Luca shows guts to where Casca is held, however it looks like Luca's friends, Nina, has fled with Casca to then be captured by her creepy and bizarre cult. It is a cult where the true heretics gather, dance naked, and worship a guy in a giant goat head. Huh. You're at that scene already. I am comprehending this as best as I can. So the Knights in Farnese are informed of Guts and the murderers from a victim of Nina's cultist activities. His name is Joa. They storm the area with Isidro and Puck fighting off the heretics and demons. He saves Nina and Casca. Casca is then surrounded by demons and is helpless. Puck zooms by the Knights and Guts appears and slays everything in sight, saving Casca. Cliffhanger ensues. The end. Plenty incurred in the episode 6 and 7, so I tried pointing out key points. Nothing is too horrendous, just the obvious CGI. Besides giving you Berserk PTSD, it was great keeping you up to speed once more, and a big thank you for the Twitter shout-out. I will have to get used to heart attacks from now on. Until next time, Mr. Chibi, or Master Chibi, I will see you in your next videos. I've got you covered on Berserk, so no need to worry. I love you and have a great week. A fellow Chibit, Alexis. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you're gaining confidence in sending letters. I'm very sorry for the delay in reading this letter. I'm willing to bet you that this letter from September 6th that you sent, I'm willing to bet you're probably going to mention that I haven't yet to read this letter. I'm very sorry if I read it and you talk about it. Once again, I want to send out my apologies. Dear Chibi, hello again. It is Alexis again with a very late letter. I sent you a previous letter in early August, but it seems to not have gotten to you. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. I hope I am lucky enough to reach you with this letter. Also, thank you for the birthday wish on Twitter, as it brightened my day. Anyways, how are you, Mr. Chibi? I am great, minus the fact that I'm in school now. I'm a senior this year with only 2 classes, so I go home at 10:30. Ooh, wait, well, 10:30 in the day? Wait, whoa. I'm senior this year with only 2 classes, so I go, oh yeah, you go at 10:30 a.m. Okay, I understand now. I used to do that when I was in my junior year, actually. I like the new themes the vlogs have been recently. Like, this week was nostalgic, and last week's was hentai galore. One more thing, I am finally 17 years this year. I've been binge-watching Star Trek shows all summer since this year marks the 50th anniversary. Oh, now for your weekly Berserk update. I'll summarize episodes 8 through 10, as we are very close to the end, with 2 episodes remaining. Episode 8, The Black Witch, begins as Guts rescues Casca from the heretic cult. Gus entrusts Isidro with her and Nina, who is Luca's friend. Isidro takes the girl to a deserted mountain cliff. As the 3 climb the Rocky Mountains, Casca falls to the ground as Joa returns and spots Nina, thus alerting the Holy Iron Chain Knights. The Knights take the girls away, leaving Isidro with Guts. Guts has just fought with Serpico before this. This leads to episode 9, Blood Flow of the Dead. That night, Guts, along with Isidro and Luca, head towards the Tower of Conviction, where Nina and Casca are imprisoned. We then see Casca about to be tortured by a death casket. Just as casket is about to be closed, a speck of her blood leaks out of her brand, and demons are summoned. Guts, meanwhile, forces Farnese to take him to the dungeon. At this point, Luca and Isidro help Nina escape with Jerome. Puck tells Guts that Casca is enclosed within the entities, and the demons being giant red blobs that melt people to the bone. Mozgus, is he in the manga? Yes, Mozgus is definitely in the manga. He's very, I guess, interesting to say the least. It reveals new powers and takes down most of the demons. He has captured Casca. Luca falls from the tower and encounters death. This leads to episode 10, Hell's Angels. Luca is held in a cave full of candles where we see our new character, an egg that was once human. It reminds me of the Behelit. After it talks about its origins and the brands, Death arrives and saves Luca. The rest of the episode deals with Guts trying to save Casca again from being burned at the stake and defeating Father Mozgus. I deeply apologize for the 10,000 word recap. Stop. I enjoy it. Don't worry. I wanted to be thorough with the episodes just for you. I think I will end my essay of a letter here. I hope you have a happy days and love you. May your morning milk never spoil from your vlog this week. P.S. Cortio, 91 days. Badass level plus 99999. I agree. A fellow Chibit, Alexis. Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, I think it is a perfect time to end this video. It's about an hour long. It's very late. It's going to take a while to edit this video. You probably won't see this until late Monday. But thank you so much for everybody that sent the letters, and please forgive me for anyone else that's waiting for me to open up letters. It means a lot. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.